announcing the arrival of our VIPs led by a team of ushers. At the front, we have our honorable and distinguished keynote speaker of the night, Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, accompanied by President of MRCA, Dr. Liao Chun Liang, Founder of MRCA, Dr. Eddie Chun, Immediate Past President, Dr. Nelson Kwok, President Advisor, Dr. Sri Lau Ji Kyong.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, they are followed by our distinguished VIPs who are accompanied by MRCA Honorary Presidents, Organizing Chair Lady, and MRCA Council members, including, of course, Minister Council of Economics, Mr. Hemdra S. Pramana, from the Royal Thai Embassy, Mr. Krit Kraichiti, representing the Malaysia Book of Records, Tan Sri Dato' Denny Uy, from Masing Group Berhad, Tan Sri Dato' Sri Yong Hoi Kwan, and from Bandar Utama, Tan Sri Dato' Teo Chiang Kok, from Persatuan Pengurusan Kompleks Malaysia, otherwise known as PPK, Tan Sri Dato' Eddie Chen, from Sunway Berhad, Dato' Miao Bun Yan, and CEO of CIMB Consumer Banking, Mr. Renzo Christopher Villegas, and from Sunway Berhad and Nexus Berhad, Mr. Kevin Lee. Welcome to the grand opening of CEO Night 2014. Together for Ms. Grace Chia, Organizing Chair Lady of the MRCA 7th CEO Night. Welcome.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Izora. A very good evening to our honorable keynote guest for the event, Founder and Chairman of Sunway Group, Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia. Our distinguished guest, Ambassador of Royal Thai Embassy, His Excellent Krit Kraichiti, Minister Councillor of Economics of Indonesia, Mr. Hendra Pramana, MRCA Founder President, Dato' Eddie Chung, MRCA President, Dato' Liao Chun Liang, MRCA President Advisor, Dato' Sri Lau, MRCA Honorary Presidents, Dato' Teh Sim Kim, and Mr. Lee Hua Cheng, MRCA Immediate Past President, Dato' Nelson Kwok, and MRCA Council members. Thank you for your warm presence tonight. Your presence is really a great support to us. Well, dear MRCA members, CEO, leaders, and entrepreneurs, welcome to this 7th MRCA CEO Night. This is a night specially arranged for you. I take pride to be the organizing chairperson for this event. Thank you so much for being with us. Your presence indeed has made this event a memorable and successful one. Once again, thank you. To echo Ray's sayings, we have created a night with a backdrop of colors. We believe change is constant, challenges are everywhere, and are getting unpredictable. Great leaders see every event positively. Just like after the storm, there's always a beautiful rainbow that you can enjoy. Well, sustainable leaders are capable of turning any challenges into opportunities and sustain the business for generations. Thus, the theme of the night, sustainable growth that lasts for generations. Staying healthy is becoming a very important note of advice for today's great leader. We have thoughtfully selected the menu tonight, which provide you with all the essential vitamins. We have lined up the program that aim at moving all your five senses, and I hope you will enjoy it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our event main sponsor, CIMB Bank Berhad, MRCA patron sponsor, Maxis Berhad, event silver sponsor, Sunway Berhad. Your contributions and supports opens up more opportunity for members to benefit from this event, the CEO Night. I also would like to thank our media partners, Nanyang Shangpao, Singju Daily, Oriental Daily, The Star, Kumpulan Media Karangcraft, China Press, and Big Orange for your great support. Not to forget MRCA member sponsors. They have come together, sponsor the details, and set up of event, the desserts, supporting us in achieving our passions for the night. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Lastly, I would like to sincerely thank our committee members for their tireless hard work, strive to make this event a successful one. A special thanks to all their employees, all their employers, allowing them to take off during the working hours to support our event organizing. Once again, thank you so much for your presence and support. I wish all of you a great evening. Hope you will enjoy the event that we have specially arranged for you. Thank you very much.
Edmundo nunca sabe bem o que faz. Ele é sujeito distraído demais. Dizem que uma noite quando em casa chegou, antes de ir pra cama ele fez tal confusão. O chinelo no seu travesseiro botou e se ajeitando foi dormir no chão.
CEO Night 2014 would not have been CEO Night 2014 without the support of our sponsors. So with that, I would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported tonight. Let us begin by thanking, of course, Maxis Berhad, our corporate patron sponsor. Besides that, we also have another sponsor to thank, our main sponsor, CIMB Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we invite on stage Mr. Michael Lee, the director of Sunway Pals.
Good evening. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, founder and chairman of Sunway Group. Yang berbahagia Dato' Liao, president of Malaysian Retail Chain Association. Ms. Grace Chia, chairperson of MRCA CEO Night. Distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to first warmly congratulate the organizing committee of MRCA CEO Night for putting this wonderful event together. And thank you for inviting Sunway Pals to share with you all tonight what we have to offer. Sunway Group is proudly celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. And what better way to commemorate this 40th anniversary than giving to the community what we serve through Sunway Pals. Sunway Pals, as some of you may know, is a unique loyalty program launched early this year. With more than 100,000 members within 5 months, we are one of the fastest growing loyalty programs in the country today. Sunway Pals offers not only rebates, but savings across many Sunway entities such as Sunway Lagoon, Sunway Medical Center, Sunway Education Group, Sunway Hotels, Sunway Lost World of Tambun, and more than 200 participating merchants at Sunway Pyramid. Sunway Pals members are also entitled to discounts when they purchase properties from Sunway Property. And you'll be glad to know we are working twice as hard to add to the list of range of other Sunway products that we can roll out great rebates and savings to our members. I would also like to take this opportunity to share that Sunway is on track to become Malaysia's largest shopping malls owner and operator in a few years' time, with some 10 million square feet of net lettable area when all the malls are completed. So we are very excited to have you join our rapidly expanding program. and I should look forward to exploring collaboration opportunities with your esteemed brands. Well, these are some of the ways that I would like to share with you also, how a program works, where you can use it. As I was saying, Sunway Pals is a unique loyalty program which can be used across all our business units. You can get rewarded shopping at our shopping malls, discounts when you stay at our hotels, when you play at our theme parks, when you pay for your education, or medical bill at our medical center, or even when you buy properties. Sunway's business units are contributing in excess of 6 million ringgit a year to this program. We are also providing a platform for our participating retailers to promote their products and services. For the MTV World Stage and all events this year, tickets allocation will be driven through Sunway Pals. Sunway Pals, in fact, will be a centralized marketing platform for all Sunway entities. We also have a card or cardless option. You will still get rewarded if you forgot and left your card at home. Well, you just need to download the app and you're ready to go. The best part of it, it is all free. Yes, really, it's free. To top it all off, we will also provide a drill-down real-time performance report which you can slice and dice. Yep. That will be my presentation for tonight. Please feel free to approach me if you need any further information. If we have merchants who are willing to participate in our program tonight, we have a counter outside. You can approach our staff and we'll be more than willing to assist you. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our next performance.
Gira, il mondo gira, nello spazio senza fine, con gli amori appena nati, con gli amori già finiti, con la gioia e col dolore della gente come me. Soltanto adesso io ti guardo, nel tuo silenzio io mi perdo e sono niente accanto a te. Il mondo non si è fermato mai un momento, la notte insegue sempre il giorno ed il giorno verrà. Stanotte amore non ho più pensato a te. A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we get. Skidding ba-da-bop. Endless trips around the world don't mean a thing if I ain't your girl. A little party never killed nobody, so we gon' dance until we drop.
person sitting down. They got drinks in their hand and the room's a buzz. At the end of the night, maybe you find love. They chit chat of the things I got and my stout reputation of keeping it hot. It's the party of the year and my master plan is to make you realize I'm your
Give
man.
the people get lost underneath the moolah. Hot sit, top sit, paparazzi. Hold on while I take this flick. Speak easy, rocking the feathers, I'm breezy. Hope you can keep up, boys, 'cause believe me, I'm the bee's knees.
Let us give a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the President of MRCA for 2014. Let us welcome Dr. Liao to present his speech.
Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, Founder and Chairman of Sunway Group, Keynote Speaker for MRCA CO9 2014. Mr. Hendra S. Paramanan, Minister Councillor of Economy of Indonesia. Ms. Grace Chia, Organizing Chairperson of MRCA CO9 2014. Dato Eddie Chun, Founder President MRCA. Dato Nelson Kuo, Immediate Past President MRCA. Mr. Lee Wah Cheng and Dato Teh Sing Kim, Honorary Past President of MRCA. Dato Sri Loh Ji Kyung, President Advisor of MRCA. Council members, Tan Sri, Puan Sri, Dato, Datin, sponsor of the event, members of the media, members of MRCA, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this MRCA CO9. A special thanks to Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, who despite of his occupied schedule, delighted to be our keynote speaker for tonight. And on behalf of MRCA, I would like to thank Tan Sri for your presence. Can we give Tan Sri a round of applause? I also would like to take this opportunity to thank you, all the sponsors and all the distinguished guests, for your great support, making tonight's event a success. MRCA CO9 is an annual event. We strive to be a collaborative avenue for MRCA members, business leaders, and entrepreneurs. The purpose of this event is to provide a platform for members to gain experience, exchange information, and for knowledge enrichment. MRCA started with just 10 members. Today, now we have 250 members with more than 20,000 outlets locally and internationally. Created more than 100,000 job opportunities worldwide. MRCA aims to create a highly supportive environment to build retail business and pool ideas, experiences, and effort to take on various opportunities in Malaysia as well as abroad. MRCA vision is to be recognized as one of the most influential retail bodies in Malaysia while supporting the development and globalization of the retail industry. For the next coming event, MRCA will organizing an expedition to Kota Kinabalu, Sabah for Mount KK Charity Climb 3.0. MRCA will organize the SME Retail Conference in Kuala Lumpur and Penang, respectively, in the month of October. This year is the 22nd year since the inception of MRCA, and we were celebrating the MRCA 22nd anniversary night in month of October. We will also organize the Marathon Charity Run in the month of November. In MRCA, we are always organizing activities which will enrich the knowledge for our members, foster the relationship among the members, and to fulfill our social responsibility, which is equally important to us. Ladies and gentlemen, change seems to be constant these days. Change represents both opportunity and challenges. As such, the primary task of the entrepreneur and leader today is again the backdrop of increasing globalization, deregulations, and rapid pace of technological change. Knowledge workforce as well as shifting of social and demographic structures. In order to stay competitively and sustainably, continual learning and development are increasingly important across the department of an organization, across the organization, within the industry, and between the industries. Leadership improvement and development is becoming one of the critical success factors for business growth sustainability in this rapid changing environment. Aim at bridging business for success and keeping an eye on the future in the primary task for leaders today. Sustainable leaders are grateful with great physical ability while maintaining a great mind for business suitability and great heart for social responsibility. Dear distinguished guests, Sunway is celebrating its 40-year anniversary this year, and MRCA takes great pride in inviting the founder and chairman of Sunway Group, Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, as the keynote speaker for this 7th MRCA night. Once again, to our honorable guests who are present here tonight, your warm presence is highly appreciated, and thank you for your continuous support in making this event a success. Stay focused and enjoy the sharing for Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia on the topic on sustainable growth that lasts for generations. Thank you, organizing chairperson, Ms. Grace Chia, and your team. MRCA sponsor, CIMB Group, Maxis Berhad, and Sunway Pyramid for making tonight's event a memorable and successful one. Thank you.
Without further ado, as we run up to the pinnacle of tonight, as a prelude, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Yap Shi Han to introduce our guest of honor as well as keynote speaker of the night.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we have with us in person one of the region's foremost visionaries, a symbol of true entrepreneurship, a champion for education, and a legendary icon of hope for the nation. He is none other than Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia. Many of us know Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia as the founder and chairman of the Sunway Group. But perhaps not many know of his humble beginnings. Born in the state of Perak, Tan Sri Chia hails from the small town of Pusing. He completed his early education in Perak before pursuing accounting and business at Victoria University in Australia. Tan Sri Chia's remarkable story began in 1974. After a short stint at a motor assembly plant as an accountant in mid-70s, he ventured out to form a small tin mining company. Arising from 4 decades of unwavering tenacity and hard work is what we see the Sunway Group today. Built from the ground up, Sunway is the brainchild of Tan Sri Chia. It is one of the most widely admired property construction powerhouses in the region, with 12 industries in over 40 locations worldwide, supported by a 13,000-strong employee base. Like all legendary stories, Tan Sri Chia's journey has not been without its share of trials and tribulations. He is a walking testament that tough times don't last. Tough people do. He is no stranger to downward business cycles, having weathered 2 particularly challenging recessions in 1986 and 1997. At that time, many businesses sold out and shipped out, but Tan Sri Chia stood his ground and rode out the storms. He has since taken the group to greater heights, and this year, Sunway Group stands tall and celebrates its 40th anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, being an extraordinarily successful business icon, perhaps the most inspiring is how Tan Sri Chia's magnanimity and big-heartedness have made him one of the nation's most admirable social entrepreneurs and Forbes Asia's leading giver. Tan Sri Chia profoundly believes that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man how to fish, you would feed him for a lifetime. He believes that education is the most powerful tool to change the world. From this perspective, Tan Sri Chia began his meritorious work by establishing the Sunway Education Group in mid-90s and Monash University in He established Sunway Education Group in mid-80s and Monash University in mid-90s. In 1997, he established the Sunway Education Trust Fund aimed at reaching out and granting thousands of students quality education. And in 2010, he crystallized his vision for education into what you would know today as the Jeffrey Chia Foundation. Perhaps his most generous gift to the people of Malaysia, valued at a staggering $720 million. Ladies and gentlemen, with the establishment of Jeffrey Chia Foundation, all Sunway Education Group's 12 institutions are now held in perpetuity. As of 2014, the Jeffrey Chia Foundation has disbursed some $165 million in scholarships, benefiting a total of 19,500 deserving students. His dream is to create the Harvard of the East, bequeathing a far-reaching legacy that will benefit generations in years to come. The Jeffrey Chia Foundation has also endowed $6.2 million or approximately 20 million ringgit Malaysia, to Harvard University to establish 2 Jeffrey Chia professorships in Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia Studies, and with travel funds for two-way flow of scholars between Harvard University and Sunway Education Group. He also set up the Jeffrey Chia Institute on Southeast Asia, JCI, to support and advance research and knowledge on Southeast Asia studies. We hope you will enjoy the sharing from the visionary on sustainable growth that lasts for generations. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now present to you Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yap Sihan, for the generous introduction. I come from a very small town called Pusing, Kapala Pusing or Pusing Kapala. But anyway, it's 10 miles east of Ipoh. And in the north, 10 miles to the north of Ipoh, there's another place called Tanjung Rambutan. And you know what Tanjung Rambutan is all about. I must tell you this story about fishing. Now, there was one of our ministers visiting this hospital, and he was going around asking the patient how they are. And finally, he came to this gentleman who was sitting on the chair with a fishing rod, fishing in a pail of water. So the minister asked him, I don't want to tell you which minister, but anyway, he went and tapped on his back and he said, Ahmad, how are you? The guy didn't say anything. Then he tapped on his back again. Oh, memancing ikan. Ada ikan ga? So the guy looked at him. Lu sudah gila ga? So, I wish to say here from my neurologists who often tell me there's a fine line between a madman and a genius. So I'm neither of them. I'm not a madman or a genius, but I'm just a business person. I must say that when Datuk Liao and Grace and the team came to my office to invite me to speak, it was rather difficult for me to say no, because MRCA has 250 members, and most of them are my partners. Furthermore, MRCA has got 20,000 outlets employing about 100,000 people. So this is one association that is doing a good turn, doing a very good job to help employment in this country and overseas. How can I say no to such requests? So I was rather, now also still the same, a restless fella, and I cannot sit still. And when I came back from Australia, I started work with a motor assembly firm, which is in the Federal Highway, called Asia Automobile Industry, assembling Mazda and Peugeot cars. After a few years, I feel very restless reporting to someone. I've always wanted to be my boss, my own boss. And so that's how I befriended these English people who control what we call the Sungai Way Dredging Limited company around this area. And they own this piece of land, 500 acres. It was mined out by them, but you see, during the days of the British miners, they used the dredging method. And this dredge can only go up to 80 feet. What is below 80 feet, they cannot mine. They can't dig. And this, of course, as you all know, has got limestone bottom. You know, the bottom, there are lots of pinnacle between the limestone, and that's where a lot of tin are also trapped in between these pinnacles. As you can see, that was the piece of land this is 1986, after mining. That was my office then. Yeah, I used to go down there. That was our office. And this picture is not very clear. Of course, at that time, maybe the camera was not so good as now. Yeah, so this place is very deep. Actually, where we are now, we are to the bottom of the Sunway Lagoon Lake. I would easily say that we are about 200 feet from the road level. So I started mining tin, and as you can see, this is a very well located place because it's very close by to Petaling Jaya, Subang, Kuala Lumpur. And when we mined for tin, there are lots of byproducts like sand and stone pebbles. And that also we can sell a fair bit for cash flow purposes. And later, after mining for tin, we opened up big holes and limestone were exposed. And that's where we started to quarry the rock. That means to quarry for aggregates, for building, for concreting, and for roads. And that's how I started. Of course, with that, we also use a lot of machinery, and I went into machinery, spare parts and trading and selling of new and second-hand earth-moving machine. So then in 1979, there was quite a bad time in the West. And there was tin control. Tin control means whatever you produce, you can't sell unless you have a quota allocated by the International Tin Council, the ITC, which is now defunct, they have closed down. And I remember in 1979, that was the first time I needed cash flow because I got tin I can't sell. And I went to the bank, and that was, pleased to say here that Hong Kong Bank, it was Hong Kong Bank that I went to, and I asked for 500,000 overdraft to tie me over because there was no cash flow because I can't sell the tin that I have. A limited amount I can sell because the quota was allocated by the International Tin Council. And of course, like I said, during the time, they know that I'm in tired strait. I asked for 500,000, they gave me 500,000. You know what they wanted? They want a fixed charge, a floating charge, and a personal guarantee. I also have to give. But of course, now it's a different matter. I don't give personal guarantee anymore. So those years, I know we work very hard. Our mine starts at 6 o'clock, closes at 12. And most of the time, I also work very hard. So, like Thomas Edison rightly said, success is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. So therefore, young people, please, you have to work hard for it. I think today's generation Y is very different, but we are lucky, but during my time, I'm not so lucky because I don't have the information like you have today in your handheld set. You can do a lot of things. So then I went into another business which was a disaster, the leasing business. You know what we do is when people buy a tractor or buy a lorry or for the timber industry, they come to us, we lend them the money to buy and also guarantee the seller, the dealer of the machine. And after that, say for instance, I charge them 12% and I block it to the bank at 6% and make a 6% spread. But when the financial crisis, the recession came in the 80s, and that was a real headache because most of the machine goes missing, and in the timber industry, lorries and also the tractors also get missing in the jungle. So we have to pay back the bank. So I think that was a good lesson. And in 1984, at that time, my company was called Song Ai Wei Holding. Why we call it Song Ai Wei? Because this place was called Song Ai Wei, Mukim Pataling district of Pataling, Mukim Damansara. So we call it Song Ai Wei. That's why we call ourselves Song Ai Wei Enterprise at that time. So we listed in 1984. Like I said, in 86, this big recession came, and it was a bad time, and we nearly lost all. Out of 33 million paid up, I lost 30 million. So what do? Fortunately, our credibility is very good. And in the old days, I never forget, the Englishman would tell you, when you shake hands, my word is my bond. So I have always adopted that in my mind, that it is, in business, is very crucial. Business is all about trust. If you don't get trust from the people, customers, or your supporter or your associate, is tough. It's going to be tough. So, 1986, I know I have no choice, and it was really bad. I went to Hong Kong Bank again because they are my first banker and my only banker. So I called up Mr. Richard O'Gill, who was the general manager then, and I said, Richard, I want to come and see you, and I want to explain to you why, what happened. He said, Jeffrey, don't make me fall down the chair. I said, Richard, sorry if you have to fall down the chair, but I have to tell you the truth. So look, so we went in and showed him the restructuring that we have done. I said, I wish to tell you this. I have nothing in the closet anymore. Everything is written off, and today my balance sheet is only 3 million. And moving forward, I need another 5 million from you. Of course, he said, you must be joking. But after that, he still lent me the money. He gave me 5 million. And I promised him in my business plan that I will give him, we'll make 1988, that was 1987 when I saw him. 1988, we will make 5 million. That time, things were turning back, yeah? And the economy is starting to improve a fair bit. And in 1988, I reported a profit of 8 million instead of 5. And from then on, it was a real good ride for everybody. Every time we have cocktail with bankers, with business friends and all this, there was so much euphoria. Wow, so good. Everything is, we have forgotten ourselves. Maybe now we also in the same situation, we may forget ourselves again. But having said that, I think we need to be all the time being very alert. As I said, business is so dynamic. A lot of things we can't control. The economy, the outside forces, we have no control. It just comes. And of course, in 1986, that's where I started to think of education. And at that time, in 86, Malaysian ringgit also dropped a lot. And a lot of parents have got children overseas. So we came up with the idea of a twinning degree, where students study half the course here and half or more in the parent university. So in 1986, I invited 3 vice chancellors to come to Malaysia, and 3 of them, one from Leicester University, one from Curtin University, and the other one is Michigan University. So we talked, and I said that we have this twinning idea and all this. I came to my house and have good drink. Maybe I pour more drinks for them, and so that they don't ask me so many questions. So they said, Jeffrey, what do you know about education? I said, gentlemen, that's why you are here. You are here to help me. So, okay. So that we talk about how we should go about that. And he said, okay, we don't know you. Who do we see to get your credential? I said, okay. The British from Leicester, Vice Chancellor. I said, you go and see Hong Kong Bank again. So they are my only banker at the time. So they went to Hong Kong Bank and came back. They said, okay, all right, let's sit down and talk. So that's how we started. At that time, before the recession, I bought a small building in Jalan Selangor, where the Shell station is. So I don't know what to do with it. So I converted it into a college. And that was the start of Sunway College. And of course, the twinning degree, everybody has got doubt. What the hell is twinning, and all kinds of things, So I wanted, I hope to get the 500 students when I start. But when I opened the door, I got only 200. So, there were lots of skepticism, meaning that people may not trust what is this twinning degree, and who is this Jeffrey Chia. So it was a struggle, and finally I know I have to get somebody very credible to be the chairman of my Sunway College. The time was Sungai Way College. No, Sunway College already, sorry. And what I did, I thought of the late Tun Hussein On. He is very honorable man, no nonsense. If you write him a letter, he will underline most of it, red and green and all this. So I went and see him. I went and saw him a few times, and it took him 6 months to make a decision and say yes to me. And when he became our chairman, we called for press conferences and all this, and got the late Sultan of Selangor to open the college. Then the press asked a lot of questions. Tun Hussein also answered the questions, and that's helped a lot to calm down the question mark that these guys could be a fly-by-night Jeffrey Chia, So, but Tun Hussein is a no-nonsense third prime minister, as all of us know, and that helped a lot. And of course, euphoria go in early 90s, 1987, I converted, because the tin mine is a sunset industry, we all know. After mining the land, where do you get more land for tin? Because this is embedded millions of years to create that kind of tin ore in the ground. So I went to the state government then to convert these 500 acres into housing. It was, you can see just now from the picture, it's such a raw wasteland, and I took the whole state exco to the site, and to convince them that, look, it's a very difficult site, therefore it's nothing so exciting now. You give it to me, but I do have a dream to build a township. At that time, when I bought it from the British, I know that it's very well located, but the site is very difficult because it's mined out. So to do anything, it will take a lot of effort to put it back, to make it safe. So that's and finally the EXCO agreed to give us 99 years lease for housing at of course at a bargain price, 1 ringgit per square foot, 1 ringgit. So you may say that it is very cheap, but really, so many people say that I was mad. What the hell you want to build a township in this place? So I in what was that? Early 90s, I had an architect competition to see what we can do with this hole here, this particular hole, not the South Key hole, the hole where Sunway Lagoon is, and what are the buildings that can be built. So we had an architect competition, and I think we gave out over 200,000 worth of prizes. I want to get the best idea. I always pay for ideas. So then after the competition, I was not satisfied, and I hired a group of planners from US, and they came, and that's the final product is almost what you saw here, but with a bit of tweaking here and there. And of course, in the late 80s or the early 90s, I syndicated a loan for 55 million to build all what I want to do. And of course, I have to drive the banker down into the hole and to tell them what I want to do. My own deputy chairman now, Tan Sri Rasman, he is a good friend. I've been for 30 years, and he said, Jeffrey, I must tell you this. What the hell are you trying to do? Why don't you find a better piece of land to do? What you want to do, this is like a moonscape, So, but anyway, finally, I still convinced him to be one of the partners in the syndication. That was how it started. And in 1992, we opened Sunway Lagoon. Sunway Lagoon also another big headache, because when I went to my own bank at that time, I already dealt with one or two Standard Chartered and all this. But I went back to Hong Kong Bank. I wanted to borrow some money to start a water theme park. At that time, I don't think not many Malaysians know what is water theme park. So, including the bank tells me, sorry lah, theme park is not in my radar screen. So therefore, no loan. I have to find cash to go and build that water park. And when it opened, it was a real runaway success. Weekend, I will be here, I see things happening, and it was so happy, to see things happening, and people laughing, good family fun. And that's how I started Sunvale Lagoon. And of course, then I built my corporate headquarters, bring it from Jalan Selangor to here, where the Menara Sunway now, where we are. And then after that, I started Sunway College, because really I want to bring a lot of people to this place to see what we are doing. Of course, a lot of friends still didn't understand. They say, wow, your place is so rough, how blah, blah, blah. And then we start to sell houses. First houses were around, I don't have, can I have another? Oh, here. Around here, first houses we start to build and sell was 65,000, single story. And I try and get my own staff to buy. They were also skeptical because, wow, this place may sink, may crack, blah, 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 can't plant. Wow. But anyway, when we launched, it was a sold out because it's 65,000, and they can see a lot of building coming up. But they don't know who is Jeffrey Chia. That is the fact. And finally, my good friend in Subang Jaya, UEP, he was advertising link houses and with big words across the paper saying that, come and buy our freehold landed properties. Everything grow here, our houses won't crack. Wow. That is hitting below the belt, man. So I call Mohammed Sai, I say, hey, come on, don't say like this. You advertise how good your houses is, but don't say. And that is the reason why I start to plant a lot of trees and shrubs everywhere. And today, I have brought back the ecosystem. Maybe can we change some of what we have? Jean, the photo. I know this one is Ipoh later. Let's see, so that I can talk on the move. This is Ipoh. Come. Move, please. I also don't know. Okay, this is South Key. The other one. Yeah, go back. Wow, this is South Key. As you can see, how deep it is. This is 350 feet. We were quarrying here. Today, this is go back. This is Kesas Highway. Under construction at the time, just opened. Now then, I start to build South Key with a quarry here, as you can see, and go back. Move one. This is South Key today. So, well, I think it's not an easy thing to get. And you can see Monash University is here. Monash University is here, and you can see the yacht. We have a yacht down in that 30 acres lake, which is about 150 feet deep, still 150 feet deep. So it was quite a difficult thing. But anyway, that was Sunway College, and I thought that in the 90s, Najib, who was Minister of Education, and I was invited to be one of the council member, higher education council member. He wanted to open up Malaysia to foreign branch campuses, and therefore he invited Nottingham and Monash to open branch campus in this country. And I don't mind telling you, two of the Vice Chancellor came and spent a fair bit of time searching for partners. And finally, both of them shook my hand and signed MOU with me. Of course, that was 1994, 95, where everything was fantastic. Monash University, they don't mind having the being in the old campus first, and then hopefully to have a new campus later on. But Nottingham University, Sir Colin Campbell, who is quite demanding, and he said, okay, if you want Nottingham, it has to be a 300 greenfield campus on a 300-acre site. But of course, in 1996, everything was so good. I said, no issue, no issue. So, of course, that is history now. Come 1990, 97, 98, wow, the storm was really bad, and I can't afford it anymore. So therefore, Monash stood with us, used the old campus, and I promised them a new campus later on, which we did. Now they are in the new campus. And Sir Colin came down to the swimming pool here. I was talking to him. I said, Sir Colin, I have lost a lot of money, and I don't think I can afford a greenfield campus anymore for Nottingham. He said, Jeffrey, no greenfield campus, no 300 acres, no Nottingham. So I shook his hand. I said, all the best to you, Sir Colin. And then that's history. So that's how Monash is here. And during the time when I negotiated with Monash University, I know that a higher institution of higher learning, a good medical school and health sciences should be very good for this country. And I think, I don't mind saying here that over the last 20 or 25 years, the standard of our public university has dropped a fair bit, especially the medical school. Last time, our University of Malaya was ranked very high, but it has come down a lot, and the medical school is not recognized by General Medical Council anymore. So therefore, you know, a little bit of worrying now, you know. So therefore, I wanted Monash Medical School. Monash Medical School is a very well-regarded, regionally well-regarded medical school. So I spoke to the Vice Chancellor, then Professor Mel Logan. Mel, okay, we can do all this degree now, but eventually, I want to have your medical school. He said, Jeffrey, don't even think of our medical school. It's very difficult. First of all, it's too expensive. Secondly, he said he cannot convince the University Council to have a branch campus offshore for medicine. And thirdly, he said the Australian Medical Council will not recognize it. So I said, never mind, Mel. I will still fight for. I will still hope for it. One day we will get there. Because in the before Monash, I in fact went to London. I organized 3 deans of medicine, one from Leicester, Manchester, and Newcastle, to meet me in Churchill Hospital to talk about a twinning medical degree. So we talked and talked for the half day. Finally, they said it's not possible because General Medical Council will not accept a training program in this manner, and they will not recognize it. So that is why I have dropped that from UK, and I was still aiming for Monash one, you know, for Monash to come. And finally, in 2003, there was this Professor Richard Larkin. Maybe you go to the trusteeship picture. This one, Professor Richard Larkin, who is a medical professor. He was Vice Chancellor. He is very close to the Australian Medical Council, the medical fraternity in Australia. And I talked to him. He said, well, let's see what we can do. And he really worked very hard for it. And finally, we got permission from from his University Council, Monash, and the Australian Medical Council also. Now, I have a problem because I have to get a license for the medical school. And I sit in the Higher Education Council. I don't want to say which minister, but anyway, I applied for the medical license, medical school license. It was rejected. And I was quite upset. And then he tried to discourage, I don't know why. So he got some professor from one of the local university to present that there's enough doctor to go to year 2030. You know, we don't need a foreign branch medical school here. You know, so it is very disappointing. Actually, I've got, you know, I can't get the license. So therefore, I went to see the Prime Minister Mahathir. I said, sir, I've done this, done that, and here you are. We have Higher Education Minister refused to give me the license. I said, the most important thing I have done so much to get there. I said, Monash Medical School is a very good medical school. They are very highly, they practice a lot of research and very well regarded. I said their standard is here. And sir, you know our standard is here. At least if you have Monash in Malaysia, our standard is here. This is the benchmark that we should follow. I said, I wanted the medical school more for the local university to see that this is the standard at least that we should have. And finally, he saw the reasoning is good. And 2 weeks later, I got the license to have the medical school. And when I came back with all the detail and all this, the feasibility study by our people shows it will cost me 110 million before we break even. Pardon me. So my president and my CEO for healthcare and education came charging into my room and tell me, Tan Sri, we cannot afford this medical school. My God, you see how disappointed I was. I was just dumbfounded. But anyway, I told them, never mind. We have gone through a lot already. We go on. We go on, and I will do everything possible to support it. And that was, you know, the history, you know. And Monash decided to name the school after me. It's called Jeffrey Chia School of Medicine and Health Sciences. And also, of course, now we already have graduated 4 cohort of graduates. And the best of all, this graduate can practice in Australia, New Zealand, and Malaysia, and hopefully soon will be Singapore. So this is the kind of standard that I hope to achieve. So I now I think the university thing, I'm still not, the journey is still going. Like I always say, a journey of 1,000 miles always start with the first step. And that's why I always dream to have a Harvard of the East for the Sunway Education Group, which is not easy, but I know it will be long after my days. But if I structured it properly, do it properly, and get the right structure in place like Harvard, we will be there. We will be there. You see, because now all my education group, like just now, what was said by Mr. Yap, all the education group is owned by Jeffrey Chia Foundation. And these are, go back to the foundation, these are the board of trustees. They are all respectable people. He is the royal patron, the Sultan. That's myself, Tan Sri Nawa, Tan Sri Lin, Professor Wang Kang Wu, Tunku Mukris, Professor Richard Larkin, Tan Sri Lam Tai, Tan Sri Rayner, who was ex-former chairman of Siemens. So these are the trustee for all the education group. I don't even have one share in this Sunway Education Group because it's now owned and governed by this board of trustees. Of course, these people like me, one day will go, but we have new trustee appointed That's why I told this young man here, he's only 30 plus, I said, Tunku, you will take over one day and form the trustee as we move. Because one by one, all of this other trustee will drop. So I have to look very long term, very, very practical, very realistic. Since we listed, going through this journey of building Sunway Group, as I said, I've gone through one very bad one, 86, 87. Of course, the euphoria right up to 97. It was fantastic, and by then I would have listed 4 of my companies in the stock exchange, 4 or 5 maybe. No, 4. So all in all, I have listed about six company on the stock exchange, and I have sold off during the financial crisis. Sold off 1, merged 2, and privatized 1, and then later, so we have listed the Sunway REITs and then Sunway Prahat merger. So now we only have 2 more, 2 listed companies. Now I think I want to say a little bit about how I built this place. Now I always wanted to build a theme park very different from what other people had, especially in this part of the world. Now you see Sunway Pyramid. I always wanted to have a pyramid as a theme. That's why I have a big, huge pyramid built on it. And of course, a pyramid must come with the Sphinx, right? I think everybody knows in Egypt, you have a pyramid and you have the Sphinx in front. So I got approval to build the pyramid and the Sphinx. Everything was approved when I started to build the pyramid, and Islamic Council took it up and objected. So they stopped my plan. And Tun Mahathir, Prime Minister Mahathir at that time heard about it. He called me to the cabinet and said, hey, what is happening? What are you building? I said, I'm only building a theme park. I'm not building a temple or a place of worship. He said, well, your pyramid is very big. Your Sphinx is very big. I said, well, if it is not big, people won't notice. So it costs a lot of money, sir, So he said, okay, but in Islam, they don't like the Sphinx because it depicts Pharaoh, the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh chased away Moses. This and that in the religion part of it. So I said, sir, I'm only building a theme park. I'm not building a temple. But never mind. You go and throw a lion and a tiger instead of the Sphinx. So that's how I got my architect and the designer to draw a lion and a tiger. And from there, I show it to him. Well, he said the lion looks nice. And that's how the lion comes about. Okay? So, but anyway, then the Egyptian ambassador came one day for dinner. And he saw that. He said, Jeffrey, I don't endorse this. Pyramid must have a Sphinx. I said, Ayo, don't talk about it. So then he said, I don't know. He said, this is something very unusual. I said, well, what to do? So this I said, is a good thing that what I have gone through. But I want to say something about foreign exchange. In 1996, when things were all riding very high, and Malaysian ringgit to the US dollars was 250 for more than 10 years, fixed around there, 245, 255, 250. So we thought that we are smart. We issue a euro bond, 110 million US. It's a listed euro bond, but because the interest rate is low, it's only about coupon rate about 1.5. So we went and have this bond done, and it's a 5-year bond. But anyway, 1996, 1997, financial crisis came. You know what happened? My God, the interest rate went up to 22%. Ringgit, I think, at one time went up to 480. Well, if I borrow at 250 and pay back at 480, you know what it is like. What am I to do? You know, it is so difficult. It was so difficult. So we know that the funds who hold these bonds were very concerned also that we will go bankrupt. They also start to sell the bonds in the market. Then 50, 30 cents, and instead of $1, they sell $1 US dollar. They sell 50, 30, 25 cents also they sell. So how can I buy back this stock? Because you can buy it back and you cancel it. So I have to sell my quarry. The quarry was still doing very well. We're still doing good because they are very, very well located. About 18 quarries that we have very painstakingly selected, very good site, very rock reserve. So we have to sell. I tell you, it's like selling the family ground jewel, but no tears, what to do? I have to restructure. So therefore, Hanson from UK came and paid us 380 million to buy it. And with that money, I used to buy back the Eurobonds. Some of it at 20 cents, 30 cents, because fund managers were just throwing. They were very worried. So finally, we got back, I think we got back about 80% of it. And fortunately, we didn't lose money in that issue, meaning that we are able to cancel the bond at the price that we pay from the market. So it is something that one must always learn, that don't travel around with foreign exchange. If you have to borrow foreign, hedge it so that you can fix it at today's rate, what have you, then you can plan your feasibility according to that rate. Because foreign exchange, you have no control. Completely, it moves up, moves down, You just, you just get it. If the thing move against you. So like I said, in 1996, 1997, Asian financial crisis. 1998, there was a bad haze and the GE disease. The GE disease. Now GE disease is coming, haze is coming also. I don't know whether it's going to be repeating itself. But then you have the 1997, 1998, 2001, you have 9/11. And 2002, you have SARS. Wow, really, I tell you, it was a real struggle for everybody. I mean, especially for us. It was a very bad time. And the worst of all, I got feng shui people coming to tell me that my pyramid is no good, no good feng shui. And the lion, the tiger chasing the deer in front of my hotel is bad feng shui, take it away. Wow. I just imagine the amount of pressure I have, Who do I believe? So I just thought that these are all mythology. To me, what is important, I have to re-strategize, restructure, refocus, and reorganize. That's the only way. That's the only way. And then in year 2000, we were struggling to restructure, and lots of people wants to sue Sunway and all this. I always tell the creditors, please, my door is open, come and talk. We can settle it, whatever. Maybe not immediately, but I'll give me time to repay you. Yes, they listened, and it was very good. I said, what do you expect me to do? I have stock I can't sell. I have debts I cannot collect. I have banker wanting their money back. I have creditors also also needing money. And I have salary and wages, which is most important, that I need to pay in cash. Or else, you have nobody to work with you, you are alone, you are dead dark. So that is something that I wish to emphasize, that it's very important that we know our priorities, we know our survival instinct, where most important, what counts is most important. And in 2000, GIC, Government of Singapore, saw value in us. They were, of course, coming to a holiday here and saw value in us. They know that I was looking for a partner to restructure. I went to all the funds in Malaysia. Nobody want to look at me about. Of course, I can't blame them. It was quite a bad situation. And GIC saw value. They came and talked, and finally they took 45% of pyramid, 45%, 20% share of Sunway Holding, and they injected about a couple of 100 million. And of course, GIC being very kiasu, you know how many people they sent for due diligence? Close to 100. They check everything in the hotel, in the pyramid. I think Datuk Ngao Wunyan would know. He has to entertain them. But anyway, GIC, I always tell them, look, you bring in one bag, you took back 3 bags, and you still have 1 bag with us. How lucky. In the investment, the fund manager's term, you bring in 1 bag. How many bagger, That means they still have 10% share in Sunway Berhad after taking back so much money. So that, what to do? And Tun Mahathir, why did you sell to Singaporean? Oh my God. I said, sir, I am like a meat for the vulture at that time. I have no choice. I've gone to all the funds and all this. And there were rumors that I'm a nominee for Lee Kuan Yew. So, oh my, but you all know I'm a true blue Malaysian. I was born in Kapla Pusing and I will stay here until my Pusing. At that time, that's where leadership counts. What is most important is your staff, is your people, the talent you have. So I always go to office holding my head high, very confident walking in. A lot of people tell my president, Datuk Chew, he said, hey, why you are Tan Sri so confident? After this bloody storm, everybody is so badly hit, blah, blah, blah. He is still very confident. He said, hey, come on now, Tan Sri is like a swan in the water, holding his head high, but underneath he's paddling like hell to stay afloat. Do you know or not? Which was the fact. So I think, like I said, it's very important that this where leadership, the Cantonese always say, 最緊要愛定. So that's where. In 2003, I think we built a toll road from Kajang to Putrajaya, what we call the Silk Road, which we have sold. We lost a lot of money. There again, I tell you, we depended on the consultant, international consultant, to do a study on the traffic count and blah, blah, blah. It was all okay. Then we raised a bond with the bank. And the bank also engaged another foreign consultant to study. Their papers, their calculation and all this also passed. So we got the loan from the bond from the bank. And we built the road, a first-class highway. So when we first started tolling, I got a shock. What they projected, only 30% of what they projected, My God. So that's why I always now call some of these fellows consultant instead of consultant. I say, make sure you engage the right consultant, not the consultant. So I have lost a few 100 million selling that road. But what to do? This is business. You take risks, and you have to own up to it and take responsibility for it. A very lesson well learned actually. And let me see. Of course, today we are quite happy, we have 2 listed companies, we asset over 15 billion. Not bad for a startup with 100,000 40 years ago, but it's tough. Now, going back to Jeffrey Chia Foundation, which I'm very passionate about, and I really want to make sure that this thing will move and develop to what I have envisioned it to be. And why I want to do it as a foundation? Because education is a very, very long-term thing to build an institution of higher learning, of repute, of good name. You can't do it overnight. So therefore, you may pass a few generations before you see good result, So that's why I always admire Harvard. Harvard is always rated one of the number one or two together, with other universities. Always, most of the time is one. And I have quoted them, and they have done due diligence on us, and they are prepared to write with us. And that's why I have formed the Jeffrey Chia Institute, which on Southeast Asia, Jeffrey Chia Institute on Southeast Asia with them. You can see with the 3 prominent professors from Harvard. It's not easy to get them here, okay? So this is the Pro-Vice Chancellor and for international, and he endorses it 100%. And you will see from now on a lot of Harvard professors in Sunway, and a lot of fellowship students from Harvard, from Harvard. And also our fellowship student will also go to Harvard. Our professor also will be given a chance to go to Harvard to learn and teach. So I think this link will be fantastic. And of course, last night I was signing an MOU or yesterday morning I was signing an MOU with a very big international theme park operator that I cannot name that group yet, but I've signed an MOU with them to build a very nice theme park in Iskandar. I think in Iskandar where we have 1,800 acres. Last night I went to the Irish Embassy to sign with University of Dublin Trinity College. I always think that in all education, in all humankind, we cannot just think of business. We must have a soul. So therefore, I'm bringing back music and the arts and culture. So I've signed with Royal Institute Academy of Music, Trinity College, Dublin, where they are going to do the full course with Sunway. So, and you see, in University of Dublin is linked to Oxford and Cambridge. In the 16th century, they have a statute declared by the king at the time that these 3 universities are all linked. So, by doing the study for music in Sunway for 3 years, they will get a Sunway degree in music, and they go to Dublin Trinity College for 1 year. They will get a Dublin University degree, and thereafter they can choose to go to Cambridge, Oxford, or Dublin to do the PhD. With that route, you don't need to do master. You just go straight to PhD. So it is a fantastic link. And we are now also talking to Oxford and Oxford and Cambridge. Next March, there will be a big entourage of our Oxford professor down in Sunway here, having 4 days of symposium. Just to let you all know first, you all can participate. It's a public symposium. It's very good. So these are the top ranked university that we want to bring to Malaysia. And I think we can succeed. We can succeed. So I want to say now that Sunway University, we have Sunway University, Monash University, Jeffrey Chia School of Medicine, Sunway International School, which is international baccalaureate provider. University of Lancaster, which is ranked about 10, around 10 in the UK. What we have in Lancaster is, we have, say for instance, we have a few degree courses with them. If you study in Sunway for 3 years for a business degree, I am the Chancellor of Sunway University. I will give you a degree, and the Chancellor of Lancaster will be here on this stage, will also give you a degree. So you pay for one, you get two. Not so bad. One local and one international. And we are the biggest provider of accountants, trainers of accountants, ACCA and Institute of Chartered Accounting, England and Wales. We provide a lot to the big five here, and we are very proud of that. So on the culinary management, we have Le Cordon Bleu, which is one of the best culinary schools in the world, from Paris. So I think our link with Harvard and all this speak millions of words. So I think that's what I want to talk about, education and now about this township. I'm very passionate to make this township smoke-free. Every year, can you go to these are the initiative that we take. You know, Sunway Hospital is the first hospital in Southeast Asia to receive full accreditation from the Australian Council of Health and Standard. You know, we are the first one. And contribution, as you can see, a smoke-free campaign with Ministry of Health and WHO. I know the cigarette company doesn't like me, but I know it doesn't like me, doesn't matter, but I'm saving millions of lives because we all know smoking is so bad. During my days, smoking was not proven that causes so many types of diseases. You go and see a doctor, the first thing he asks you, do you smoke? So please, don't smoke. And that's why I tell all my students and my staff, I chase them very far to catch them, to tell them stop it. Yeah. So all the students also, they know that our two campuses are smoke-free anyway. If they want to smoke, they go outside to the road. But it's no good for them, I know. But just too silly. But anyway, I talk to the students sometimes. I say, do you smoke? Or those young people walking in Sunway Pyramid, they say, oh, sometime. I say, why sometime? Oh, when I'm in the club. Oh, I say, that's where the danger is. Because the cigarette company is giving you free cigarettes and get you hooked, and you are the customer for life, and you are killing yourself. So I think we have to continue to educate our young that smoking is really, really damaging. And in this township, you can see a lot of walkway. Can you move on? Move on to the... this is the walkway, you know, canopy walk to the university from Sunway Pyramid. And this elevated walkway with, you can see CCTV with the APs guarding all this walkway. And I want to make sure the whole township will be full of them. And can you go to the bus rapid transit, that one we saw? Yeah, this is the bus rapid transit that we are building. We hope to get it operational by March next year. This is what we call Pinnacle Station, where our new building is. My office is just next door, Menara. We are going to have a canopy walk right across to the restaurant here next to the hotel, which we are going to have a few restaurants, a big restaurant. And this one, can you come? Can you show further down to Sunway Pyramid? Oh, you didn't have that picture. No, this walkway go right to where Pakson and the Japanese restaurant that you can go in. So you can come from PRT and you can walk on this walkway and you get to Pyramid without walking on the road. Can you go back to the picture of the newspaper? Yeah, this one. this is what we call connectivity. This 28 zone is quite recent. As you can see, will be ready in about 9 months. So this you have seven stations connecting the Motorola. In front, the old Motorola, there's a railway station. There's one station that connect, one in Mentari, one just now I was telling you about, that one Pinnacle Station. And Station 4 is where the medical center is. And that's Station 5 where the universities are. And Station 6 where we are going, most probably where our workshop and all these things are, which we are going to convert into some other commercial. And this is Station 7. I think Giant is here. Yeah, this is the LRT station, which is constructed by another contractor. So when all these are connected, you can see it's so user-friendly because it is elevated. We are using eco-friendly electric buses, and 20 of them will be running every 5 minutes on top, bringing passenger, moving about 500,000 people a year. So this place, this system, what we call bus rapid transit, will be a game changer for Bandar Sunway. And I think it is something very, very fantastic for the residents here. Yeah, like I said, I am the Chancellor of Sunway University. I have never wanted to be, actually. When we were upgraded to Sunway University College, you need to have professors and chancellor. And my board said that, Tan Sri, you are the most appropriate one. Actually, I rejected it. I said, no, I can't. Because I always said that I may not be distinguished enough, nor do I have the stature to be a chancellor of a university. Then my board members keep assuring me, and I said that I like supercar and I drive supercar, so can I still do that? They assure me that there's no issue. So that's why I'm now the Chancellor of Sunway University. And maybe in October or November, every year you come to this hall, I will give away about 1,000 degree certificate. So it is very, very satisfying, actually, to see young people being educated properly, good quality education. And that's my hope and my really my return to society. And as you can see, this is the scholarship. Last year, Tun Mahathir came, we gave away 26 million. That was in 23 September. This year, our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education has agreed on the 26th of September he is coming to give away 35.3 million. Yeah. So I can easily say we are the biggest social enterprise in this country. Why I say it's a social enterprise? We are running the university like a business because we charge fees, okay? But these fees are all plowed back for research, for improvement in faculties, for scholarship. Yeah, so therefore it is not for me. I have no say at all because I don't even have one share in the education group. And that's why we get all the tax deduction. So I think I just want to clarify again that we are actually the biggest social enterprise. We have a good, maybe about 100 million reserve, and we make 50, 60 million a year. But over 5 years, another 5 years' time, I think they should be able to make 100 million because now we are spending a lot of money upgrading facility and at the same time giving out big scholarships. So I think that's why it will be in perpetuity. And this is really sustainable. And I can be very, very confident.
Well, thank you, Tan Sri. Well, Yes, share with us your story, your past, present, and what you have gone through, the recessions, how you resolve the matter and face the challenges and overcome it. Well, as an entrepreneur, would you like to share some good core values with the younger generations today?
Yeah, I think just now in my talk I have said a few good core values. But today, the younger generation, like I said, much better off than during my days. You know, you have, like I said, you have all the advanced technology, many types of advanced technology to help you learn, to help you do your things. But last time we have to attend to it personally. We have to go to the site to see things through. And here today you can maybe take a picture and you send to your whoever your colleague to tell them about the problem. But having said that, the young people today, Generation Y, are very impatient, I must say, very impatient. They tend to move too fast. Maybe they don't believe in lifetime employment with the same company. So I think this is something that I think they have to seriously think about. And of course, very important is integrity, and don't think that there are shortcuts to earn that trust, and it takes a bit of time, and never mind about whether you fail for one time or another, because it is through mistake that you learn. It is through mistake that you will improve. So I have gone through a lot of that. So therefore, that is something that I hope the young people will embrace. There's another one that I wish to say is that you must have humility. That core value is very important. Don't be axy, and cocky. If you are axy and cocky, people will not teach you. We are always learning, no matter how old and how wise you are. There's always something new to learn, and that's another thing that I wish that the young people will adopt, and also always go for excellence. Don't accept half-baked jobs. If you get a half-baked cake, push it back, and get it properly cooked and nicely cooked. And these are the few advices are there. As I said, there's no shortcut to success. So that's my advice. I think as I say, I aspire to inspire before I expire. Now, how much money do we need, in life? If you are successful, think of society. Think of something, just how nice it can be if everyone put a bit of effort. I know there are lots and lots of rich people around, including in this hall. There are lots of rich people around, but I hope that they will also do something to help society, because there are lots and lots of marginalized, underprivileged, and handicapped people who needs help. Whatever we can do, because we have done a fair bit. I zero in on education, because I know education will really give them a very good start, and will make them know how to take care of themselves properly in life, and they are also better citizens for society. So I think of course we must make it meaningful. Just don't do it halfway, and that's why I put all my educational institution that I've built for 27 years into this foundation. And I hope maybe another 100 years, 200 years is still there, and is is better, with better reputation, better name, and better product and services for our graduates, undergraduates, and postgraduate students.
Thank you. Tan Sri, that's a very good answer about philanthropy. As they say, give a man a fish for a day, and he feeds himself for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he feeds himself for a lifetime. So, can we have the next question, please? Can we have the next question? Do I see anyone?
Okay, here.
All right.
My name is Desmond Chong. I'm from Malaysian Gift and Premium Association. Tan Sri, thanks for sharing tonight. I have a question for you. How does Tan Sri balance sustainability and profit when most of the business owners or shareholders are more interested on profit? So what can you advise to today's entrepreneur on this? Thank you.
Well, you know, if you are in business like Sunway Prahat, we of course look for profit because we have shareholders, we have to pay dividend. That's for sure. I think that is without saying, everybody knows. But what we can do if we control a lot of money in terms of you know, dividend out or cash, if you have, then you form a foundation. You form a foundation like what I have done. It doesn't, the foundation, you know, there's no shareholders to demand dividend. So therefore, it's separate from the business enterprise. Ours, the foundation is called a social enterprise. It's not a business enterprise. And that's a big difference, that big difference between the social enterprise and business enterprise. And Jeffrey Chia Foundation is a social enterprise. Therefore, nobody demand dividend in a social enterprise. So I think that's how I would answer your question.
My question to you is simple. Are your scholarship holders binding in the terms that after getting the scholarship, are they bounded by any conditions after getting it?
Yep. Good question. Some are. Very, very small percentage. Very, very small. There is one student that we sent to Cambridge who is doing his master in civil engineering. This boy is very, very smart. So we sponsor him. It costs us $750,000 to finish, but we bond him for that. Yeah, because it's not through. He was a Sunway College student, but he go to Cambridge. And we are funding the whole cost for him. But when he comes back, actually there were a few offers for scholarship for him, but because he likes engineering, civil engineering so much, and he heard about Sunway so much that he likes and accepted our scholarship. Well, that is bonding, but he is bonded by us for 5 years. Other than that, all the others, like we have said, about 19,000 students, only very few are bonded. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tan Sri. I must congratulate you for helping so many children's dreams come true. Thank you.
So my question is, as a second-generation entrepreneur, we face very tough decision-making every day. So after going through so many years of being a successful entrepreneur, could you share with us what are some of the critical decisions that you've had to make, and how do you go through the thought process to decide on those decisions?
Well, in business, there's always risk. You know, a lot of the Nobel Prize winners, they are really genius. They are genius, but they hardly take risk, and that's why they are never rich. You see. They are very, very smart people. But of course, now if you aspire to become an entrepreneur, you have to take risk, calculated risk. But like I said, well, I think most important, I must say, you know, is my own way of looking at things, is my own style, is that I try and consult my people. you know, and see what are the feedback, what are their thoughts, you know, before we make decision. Of course, finally, somebody must make decision. The reason, you know, it's bad for any country if the head of the government do not make decision. We must make decision. But therefore, if you take risk, if you think that is something that you are not sure of and all this, you know, consult and do your best to do all the calculation that you need to do, and finally you have to make the decision whether to go or not to go, and that's you know, I have made a lot of decisions, but sometimes you know, when you have democracy and capitalism, sometimes can go together, but it may not give you decision-making processes. You know, you have too much democracy, too many people making decisions, too many people talking, wanting to make that decision also is very difficult. So therefore, in my group, I allow certain things to be made by certain directors and all this, but I always tell them to consult. Two brain is always better than one. Yeah. So just now I did say a few, share a few incidents that I have made wrong decision. That is all about business anyway. You know, you have to make that decision and stand by it. But of course, if it is no good, when you see that it's no good, you have made the wrong decision. If you have to change, you change. So I think that's no fuss and quick rule about this.
Hi, good evening, Tan Sri. My name is T.Y. from the Crab Factory and Professor School Uniforms. The saying is, hard work is 90% and 10% luck. But I'm going to address the big elephant in this room. In Malaysia, tell me, how many percent luck, how many percent hard work, and how many percent connection?
Wow, that is a difficult question. Well, luck, sometimes we do depend a lot on luck also, you know, but the other one is network, connection, okay. Hard work you must have, you must put in a fair bit of hard work. Definitely, hard work will be the number one. The connection side, now with your handheld thing today, corruption is getting more and more difficult. You can take photographs, you can send messages very fast. And, you know, which is, you know, I don't want to name somebody. I was talking to this guy who is also a big business person. I said, hey, what's your son going to do after you come back? You know, maybe go and do an MBA or PhD, blah, blah, blah. Aiya, what is that, man? Today is not what you know, it's who you know, lah. That was told to me 15 years ago. But, you know, to a certain extent, in certain economy, in certain political, in certain country is possible. But of course, networking like this is very important. Knowing your customer, knowing who your associates are, knowing where to get the right information, knowing where to get the right help if you need. Oh, that's also very important. But not to say that the who you know, and then you know, you corrupt the officer and try and get your way. You know, that may not be ethical, you know. That's not the way it should be. That's why I push a lot on integrity. Yeah, push a lot on integrity. If you have integrity, you do your job well, and that's it. And then you know, really, you know, hopefully luck will come your way. Thank you.
My name is Roger from Feruni. Tan Sri, just now I met you. Yeah, my last question goes back a bit on your history. Just now you mentioned that after working a while, that you wanted to start your business, and you chanced upon this 500 acres place. How did you go about getting the funding to start this business? Because you worked a short while only.
Well, if you are an entrepreneur, you're always looking out for opportunities, okay? Once then you get the opportunities, then you have to look for some funding. Of course, the start of the funding, the seed money come from my father lah. Yeah, that was a small amount of money. Yeah? So that's where you have to roll, and that's you know, I think young people should not nowadays. A lot of young people buy new houses, all depend. That's all the father's money. A new car also father's money. But I think that's how I would say lah, you know, that you should be on your own and be independent and prove to the world that you can do it, and I'm sure you can. Thank you.
Many lessons of wisdom from business, from entrepreneur, businessman, philanthropist, Tan Sri Dr. Jeffrey Chia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, the next agenda on our program is the souvenir presentation to all our media partners. With that, in no particular order, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Jim Ng, Advertising Manager of the China Press.
Next, we would like to call upon Frankie Chang, Senior Advertising Sales Manager of Oriental Daily Sendirian Berhad on the stage.
Next up, I would like to invite from Nanyang Siang Pao Sendirian Berhad, Robert Kok Jitsun, General Manager of Advertising.
Next, we would like to call Mr. Tan Kim Chuan, General Manager from Sinchu Media Corporation, Berhad.
And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to invite Varanis Tang, General Manager of Big Orange Media, Sendirian Berhad.
Next, we would like to call on Heidi Ahmad, General Manager Advertising, Kumpulan Media Karangkeras, Sendirian Berhad.
And last but certainly not least, let us invite Mr. Kelvin Khan, Group Chief Operating Officer of Star Publications Malaysia Berhad.
Next, we would like to call and invite our sponsors, our generous sponsors that would have not, if it were not for them, we would have not been able to have the CEO night. So first, can we call upon our main sponsor, CIMB Bank Berhad, represented by Mr. Vigas, CEO of Consumer Banking.
And of course, CIMB in return would like to present a souvenir to Dato' Liao, President of MRCA, as a token of thanks. And now we would like to invite our MRCA patron sponsor, Maxis Berhad, represented by Mr. Kevin Lee, Head of SME. And now we would like to also invite our CEO Night Silver sponsor, Sunway Berhad, represented by Mr. H.C. Chan, CEO of Sunway Shopping Malls and Theme Parks. To close the night, let us welcome once again the dancers to officially conclude the MRCA 7th CEO Night for 2014.
Let's hear it for them.